Right, we start. Okay. Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Welcome to 580th meeting of Lagoon Toastmaster Club. My name is Toastmaster Nair. I am the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. Before getting into the meeting, I would like to bring your attention for the ground rules of Toastmaster Club's meeting. First, please don't crosstalk or walk around while the podium is on. Second, keep your mobile on silent mode or switch off. I believe none of you are selling life-saving plans. It's okay to keep it switch off or silent mode. And third, we have taboo topics. Please refrain on talking on sex, religions, and politics throughout this meeting. In life, everyone will be having a mission. Similarly, our club also having a mission to accomplish. Our mission is we provide positive and supportive learning experience in which each members in turn developing their leadership and communication skill, resulting in greater development in their personal and professional life. Before getting into the meeting, let me tell you a story. How many of you are so concerned about what others think about you? Wow. I'll tell you something has happened to me. I mean, I never concerned about what others think about me, but I'll tell you something has experienced in my life. During my professional career, one of the professional career, a guy who gets into the director position of one of the top 50 corporate where I was working. He was at the age of 31. He became the director of the region. He was so concerned about himself, and he was so concerned about his opinion or others' opinion about him. One day, we went and met one of our biggest distributors, and he happens to be like a seasoned businessman in this region. He's in the business for like 50 years plus, and he's like a 75 years plus of age. After the meeting, we were driving back to the office. My director wants to understand our distributor's opinion about him. This was the first meeting with the distributor. And I said, I know this distributor pretty well, so I said that doesn't be a matter. But he insists me to call the distributor, put in the speaker, and ask about his opinion. And obviously, I should listen to him, and I called up the distributor and asked the opinion. And the seasoned businessman told me, I know that he only asked you to call you and ask about this opinion, and he might be listening to it, but I'll be telling you he's a kid. The day on, this guy wants to somehow destroy the business. He was one of the biggest distributor, and this director wants to destroy the business. Eventually, in this race, the director lost a job, and I don't know where he is. So, in this story, I understand, or in this experience, what I learned is, it doesn't matter what others think about you. Your opinion doesn't matter. With this, I would like to welcome our greatest man of the hour, our energetic president, Toastmaster Kader Mira. Toastmaster Kader Mira, stage is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anantu, for your energetic and excited introduction. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The only impossible journey is the one which we never begin. This quote speaks to the heart of what we are in Toastmasters today. Each one of us are joining Toastmaster for certain reasons. Be it overcome the fear of public speaking, or to sharpen the leadership skills, or to grow as an individual. Regardless of the reasons what we have, we had taken the first step. It is the first step that we begin. And in Toastmasters, the hardest part is the first thing, what we do. And I remember my first journey in Toastmasters started with all nervousness, and it was a tough journey on my first step. And I remember, if I don't take that first step, I wouldn't be where I am today now. And it is the beauty of Toastmasters that everyone is motivated to reach that goal, to take that first step. Be it our first speech, or any role in the Toastmasters, or any feedback that we give or we receive, it is always encouraging us to take that first step. And see, Toastmaster is a forum that we take an impossible step and we came to that level, and we all lead to that leadership position. With this, I welcome each and every one of you to the Lagoon Toastmasters 500 meeting. And with the president of the Lagoon Toastmasters Club, I welcome you to the meeting. And I declare the meeting is officially open. For the benefit of the guests, Toastmaster is a non-profit organization. It started in the year 1924 by Dr. Ralph Smetley. Toastmaster is around the world in 144 countries with 288,000 clubs, members, and 14,700 clubs. In UAE, we have more than 150 clubs and 3,000 members. And Lagoon is one of the clubs which started in the year 2003. And Lagoon is proud to associated with and to produce a world champion, third runner-up, Miss Shurukal Bana, in the year 2013. And I would like to acknowledge the presence of our old president and dignitaries, DTM M.K. Rajan sir, our founder, and our guests from Sharjah Toastmasters Club, Rice, and our area director, Toastmaster, yeah,
Right.
yes. So with this, I also see some of the new faces in our club today. So let me know, how do you come to know our club, and what do you expect from today's meeting, and where do you work?
You can be there.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Mariam. I know Toastmasters because I was Vice President of Education in Istanbul Toastmasters. I just recently moved to the UAE and I was looking for Toastmasters clubs around me, and I found you guys. So yeah, I expect a great meeting from you guys. I see you're handling it very professionally, even more professionally than we used to do in Istanbul. So yeah, thank you.
So you are at the right place, and welcome to the club.
Thank you very much.
No, she's not
I
guest.
asked my kid. Hi, this is Vidya Ramkumar. I'm born and brought up from Mumbai. I'm sitting actually and past 10 years I have been here. So I came to know from my husband. He told me about this Toastmaster club. That's it. Yeah. Thank you.
I'm Gayatri Mangalan. Just I visited the psychotist. I want to build leadership skills to grow up my career. That's why.
How did you come to know about the club?
and one of my friend. So I searched in Google. After that I joined here. Both for the same purpose.
Okay. What do you do? What do you do?
As of now, I'm a housewife. But
Okay.
I have experience in
Right.
my career. So I need to upskill myself.
Okay, good one.
Hello everyone, my name is Manikandan. I am working in Gulf for more than 20 years, but the position which I joined as a newcomer in UAE in my industry, so still I am in same position. So we was met as psychiatrists that why there is no, I also personally feel that there was no leadership skill within me. So I want to develop myself. So I was searching all around. Even I met many doctors regarding this, like what is the issue within me. Then they also suggested Toastmaster Club, and I also came to know that I am just staying nearby. So I was very blessed that I am just staying nearby. So I wanted to join, and I here.
You are incorrect.
Hello everyone, I am Ashik. I am working as a sales engineer in a firefighting company. I am new to UAE also, just been 3 months. Actually, I am a sales engineer, so I believe I am at the right place to improve my communication skills.
There are so many engineers here.
To the point, how I know about this club, actually I joined the alumni group of our college, TKM. I am from TKM college, and someone told me that our founder Rajan sir is also from TKM college. Am I right?
Yes.
So I thought it would be great to join the journey.
So you're welcome. So with this, I would like to introduce the star of the evening, the Toastmaster of the day, who is associated with Toastmaster for several years, and who is also a legal founder of the Gavel Club. And she is a very passionate Toastmaster, having all the experience. If you want to really encourage your skills, getting motivated, you can contact her. With this note, I would like to welcome our star of the evening, Toastmaster Sunita Nair.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kaza. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Yeah. So, I'd like to say that today, unfortunately, the weather has taken a toll on all of us, and a lot of our members have fallen ill, and last minute there have been a lot of cancellations. So last minute, a lot of us have taken on roles. I'm the Toastmaster of the day. There's Sanjana and Shafir. These people need a big round of applause for preparing a speech at such short notice. So thank you, and we will continue with the meeting. Few changes over here in the agenda. The word master of the day, instead of Indiveri, who got held up in office, we have Toastmaster Nilesh, and the R counter down the row at 8:54 you will see R counter. Instead of Toastmaster Jayashankar, that will be Toastmaster Yatiraj, and the grammarian report will be by Toastmaster Jayashankar. So those are the small changes in the agenda. Otherwise, we have a timer today. The timer is Toastmaster Abhay. I think he's doing his first role in the meeting. Big round of applause. He will be showing us the lights as and when necessary for each segment. And I think Trivia Master, Toastmaster Rashid, are you the Trivia Master today? Yes. Okay. So these are the smaller roles which will come later in the meeting. Good evening, Area Director. You are here. Good evening, Area Director, and good evening to all of you. The theme for today's meeting had to be chosen at a very short notice. So I just decided to share something that I had heard about recently, which I didn't know about. It's called the Veblen effect. How many of you are, those of you who are management students, marketing managers, might know about this word? No?
Only word I know, don't ask me the meaning.
It's the Veblen effect. The Veblen effect is a word coined by a socio-economist, American socio-economist in the early 20th century. This is a word for Veblen goods. What are Veblen goods? Veblen goods are goods which are actually luxury goods. These goods do not act like the other demand supply. What happens in the usual case? In the usual case, when price goes up, demand usually comes down. Is it true?
Yes.
With
Yeah.
us? Yes. But in Veblen, as the price increases, demand goes on increases. I'm sure you all know of some products like this.
iPhone, Apple.
Rolls-Royce.
Rolls-Royce, watches, cars, all these are luxury goods. What happens with these goods is, as the price increases, the demand also increases. Why do you think this happens?
In the future, maybe the price will increase.
Okay, that is one. Mainly there are two reasons for this.
Status quo.
Conspicuous
Status. Everybody wants conspicuous consumption. They want to show their status by showing that they can afford this, which very few people can afford. And secondly, there are people who believe in the quality of a thing. See, for example, I was looking at supplements, health supplements, and I was looking at magnesium for myself on Google, on Amazon, and it was very difficult to, there were so many companies with the same amount of magnesium in the supplement, and I didn't know how to decide which one to choose, because if you search on Google, each one suggests a different one. So I decided the costliest one will be the best. So that is how sometimes we think, the quality will increase if the price increases. So that is one reason people go for that. And then the others who buy a Coach bag or a Chanel bag, you might have wives who do that just because of the logo there. So this is called the Veblen effect. We'll talk more about the Veblen effect in a short while. We have the word master of the day today. He is none other than Toastmaster Nilesh. He is our VP Education and he's working really, really hard to see that our meetings are a success. He's taken on this role at a short, very, very short notice. I think an hour ago, he was told that he's going to be the Toastmaster Nilesh. Great to see you.
So, word of the day is the thing that the new word I will introduce for today's meeting, and I will request you all in advance that you should use this word throughout the meeting. So, word of the day for today is ambivalent. So, when you heard Veblen effect, so it's resemble to word ambivalent. Ambivalent means having two opposing feelings at the same time. So, for example, having a mixed feeling, or when contradictory ideas about the same topic will be there, that's called as ambivalent. Synonyms like equivocal, doubtful, inclusive, and antonyms are such as definite, positive, and unwavering. I will give simple example. So, whenever I am going to my in-laws' place, my mother-in-law asks me, "How's the food?" I will go to ambivalent stage. So what I should reply so that I will get either good food in future or it will be worse for future. And the second one is like whenever we'll see on Amazon or somewhere, because of Veblen effect, the price will go high, and considering quality will go high, I will be at ambivalent stage. I will request any one of you can use this word in a sentence. Anyone want to use this word in a sentence?
When our VP Education, Mr. Toastmaster Nilesh asked me to do a project speech, I was in an ambivalent state.
Thank you very much. I will count word usage throughout the meeting, and I will request you all to use this word as much as you can. So all the best. Stay tuned.
Thank you, Mr. Nilesh. I have a very ambivalent feelings towards some Veblen effects. when my niece buys herself a Coach bag, when my friend goes and gets a Christian Dior perfume, I am also tempted to buy it. Then I think, is it worth it? And so these two contradictory, and I end up not buying all these things. But what happens is many a times we buy these things thinking that the quality is good. But recently it was shown that these bags, the Christian Dior bag, Coach bags, cost just $40. And they are made in the same place where other bags are also made. It is just the logo there that says, makes it sell for $400 instead of $40. This was a recent finding that they had come across, So many a times we pay for things just because we think that the quality is really good. There's also another reason why this happens is in the case of art pieces, Picasso's work and all, because they are in limited supply. So whether a painting is as good as his previous painting, we will still buy it just because it is a Picasso painting, because it is scarce in demand. So I have very ambivalent feelings towards Veblen goods, but we will talk more about Veblen goods a little later. We will continue with our meeting. We now move on to our prepared speeches. We have 3 segments for the new guest. We have a prepared speech segment. Later we will have a table topic segment, which is an impromptu speaking segment for 1 minute, don't worry. And then the speeches will be evaluated. So this is the main 3 segments that will happen. And now we will start with our prepared speeches. We today have an icebreaker speech. An icebreaker speech means the first speech made by the Toastmaster. And we have Toastmaster Mohammed Abdul Wahab. His speech title, his icebreaker speech title is My Journey, Family, Career and Future. This is of course his first speech from the Pathways Presentation Mastery. And he's going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Asma. Toastmaster Asma, can you read out the evaluation objectives, please?
Good evening, everybody. Toastmaster Mohammed Abdul Rashid will do his icebreaker today, and the purpose of this speech is for the member to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speech. Good luck.
Toastmaster Abdullah, please put your hands together and encourage him as he takes his first step in this big journey.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Today I am very much excited to stand in front of you all to share my first story, which is my journey. I want to discuss about my family background, my career, my job profile, and my future plan, and my hobbies as well. So first, let's start with my family background. I am from Hyderabad, India. I came from a joint family. I am the youngest in my sibling. I have 3 elder brothers, 3 elder sisters. All of them are married. Having joint family, in my observation, it's a unique benefits and advantages. My father has done one good thing, that he has constructed a house in such a way that he has made individual floors for separate sons with all the facilities. This arrangement brought us, all our family, brothers, to live together in a single house with separate spaces. Having joint family, from my observation, it's beneficial for all actually. It's the strongest, especially for the children. They can learn a lot from the peoples around them. And we have a very good, in the locality we can have a good presence. Also I can say that overall having a joint family, you feel stronger and happier in your life. And we have, like our family is from business background. We have all my brothers, including my father, they are in the business of automobile industry. Like we have the spare parts for all the automobiles. Like we have the distributorship of tires, tubes, like Seat and MRF tires, which is popular in India. And recently we have taken a distributorship for EV, that is electrical bikes and scooters, which I believe it's a trending market, especially in India, and also it's a future as well. Seeing the current scenario, what is going on overall the world. Apart from this, like now I want to discuss about my current profile. I'm a mechanical engineer. I have experience in air conditioning sales field. I began my career here in UAE almost 8 years back. I've started with design and estimation engineer, where I have learned a lot how to handle the pressure effectively. Because when we start the career, it will be there will be too much work at the place. So I used to handle effectively the work pressure. Then later on, I have moved to sales in a different company, but in the same industry. When I moved to sales, I have make a very good customer base, through which I have achieved my sales target consistently. By seeing my performance, the company has promoted me a year ago to assistant sales manager. When I have taken this role, it's not only sales. Then I got the idea. I have to give presentations, I have to go for seminars, and I have to give overall review to our management. For that, communication and body language plays a critical role. That's the reason I have joined Toastmaster. And I believe this Toastmaster helped me a lot, helped me to go my professional goals as well. Then coming to my future plan. My future plan is to start my own business along with my brothers. That's the reason, like here in my sales field, I'm experiencing a valuable experience from the people around me. I encountered with diverse characters, opinion and mindsets of people, where I have learned a lot how to deal with the customers. And now I'm very much confident that any product I can convince to the customer. I have that feeling now. So this current field which I am, that is on sales, I am very much confident that when I start my own business, inshallah I will be successful and I can get a good revenue in a shorter period of time. My plan is to stay further around 3 to 4 years in UAE. Later on I will move to India and I will start my own business. And at last, like my hobbies. My hobby is like I like playing cricket. From my childhood, I'm a good batsman and I have won medals as well. And here as well in Dubai, we have a team with the name called Hyderabadis, because we came from Hyderabad, that's why we kept the name as Hyderabadis. And every weekend, especially during winter times, we play with different states. We have an app, we want to schedule the match and we will play here in UAE. And the conclusion for our meeting is we need to plan in advance to have a successful and a happier life in our future. And I'm excited to be part of Lagoon Toastmaster, and I'm eager to learn from all of you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abdul. Since it is his first speech, all of you have your slip.
Yeah.
Please, 30 seconds for you to give your feedback on the feedback slips. 3 things you liked about the speech and 3 areas of improvement.
Yeah.
So feedback is very important. Pen now. I still have Rajan sir's feedback slips with me. Those are all treasured. Every speech that I have given, I have kept his feedback slip. So, to the speaker, these feedback slips are very important. You can look at it later and improve just by looking at these feedback slips. So 30 seconds for feedback. We'll now move on with our second speaker, Toastmaster Sanjana. Toastmaster Sanjana was a member of our Gavel Club. Right then we had spotted the passionate speaker in her, and today we are very glad to have her with us at Lagoon Toastmasters. A budding poet, a budding chartered accountant. She's got a long way to go, but here she is as a passionate Toastmaster going to deliver her speech. Title is
Struggle of life.
Sorry.
Struggle of life.
I wrote on the last minute, so I don't
Struggle
know.
of Life by
No, it
Toastmasters.
was not struggle.
That was my.
Sorry, that was Toastmaster Shafi.
The emotions behind the wheel.
The emotions behind the wheel. Okay. Toastmaster Sanjana with her speech title. These people, Shafir and Toastmaster Sanjana, have
I got the role yesterday night.
Yesterday
slash
night.
today
Less than
morning.
It
24
takes
hours.
us almost 2 months to prepare a speech, and both of them have to be given a special round of applause for having done it in such a short notice. So Toastmaster Sanjana from the presentation mastery, she's going to do her speech today, and she will be evaluated by Toastmaster Sri Shankar. Toastmaster Sri Shankar, can we have the objectives please?
Objective of Sanjana's speech today. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice writing a speech with an emphasis on adding language to increase interest and impact.
Oh gee, all the best.
Difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Good evening.
From the time I was young, I've always loved road trips. The wind in your hair, the sunlight in your face, the radio playing your favorite songs. It's beautiful. But my mother, she hates road trips. See, the problem is my father doesn't drive. So whenever we go anywhere, my mother is a designated driver. So she tells everyone, my kids drive me crazy and I drive them everywhere else. So a few months back, I decided to address her complaints and put her worries at ease. I finally opened my driving file in Sharjah. So in Sharjah, there are 4 levels in the driving. The theory, parking, assessment, and then final. I zoomed through the first 3 tests like a Ferrari. But when the final level came, I unfortunately failed in my first attempt. So when the retest rolled around, I was very nervous and I was second guessing all of my actions up until the day which led up to the retest. So I got my slot at 7:30 in the morning. I sauntered into SDI nervously, only to realize there were 200 more people before me. So like a herd of sheep, we were escorted and made to wait in that waiting area. Then that 7:30 became 8:30, 8:30 became 9:30, 9:30 became 10:30, and I thought they forgot to call me. Just when I was about to get up and walk out, somebody came and called me. Sanjana Prakash, yalla. Oh no, they hadn't forgotten. Now I was ambivalent. I didn't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. So me and 3 other candidates, we were put into that car and we were made to drive. I was the last one. So the first candidate, she started driving. As soon as she started, the inspector said, Yakhti, what is this? You're going too slow. Yalla. She got scared. Again he said, you're going too slow. Yalla. So she got scared, she pressed the accelerator, she made a mistake and failed. First victim of this game. Then came the second candidate. So she was cautious. She was driving slow. He said, Yakhti, what is this? Go fast. Go fast, what is this? She got scared too. She also made a mistake. Failed. The second victim of his evil, cruel game. Now came the third candidate. She was nervous before she sat down. In the first 10 seconds, she pressed the accelerator instead of the brake. She went boom and crashed into the pavement. Instant fail. We were the victims in her case. So after a 10-minute break to calm ourselves down, I finally took the wheel. The last candidate. Was I going to make it 4 for 4 or was I going to pass? We'll find out. As I went to sit down, I was trembling from head to toe. How do you drive a car if your feet are shaking and if your hands are shivering? I sat down, I wore my seat belt, I adjusted the mirrors, and then I wore my glasses and started driving. 10 seconds after I started, he yelled at me, Yakhti, why you wear glasses? It is not allowed to wear sunglasses. Arey, why didn't you tell me when I was wearing it? He waited for me to start driving. Now what do? I'm driving, I can't take it out. So I waited, I drove. When the next signal came, I took it off. But in my mind, I thought he's already blacklisted me. I'm definitely going to fail. Then as we were merging from the service lane to the main road, I did the usual. Checked the mirror, side, shoulder, and I merged. Immediately he yelled at me, you didn't check the shoulder, what is this? I did check the shoulder, did he not notice? Was he blacklisting me again? Now so he's definitely failed me. I had lost all hope and then I said, okay, it's fine, let me drive for more experience. And then as I continued driving, we spotted a Carrefour. So he told me, Yakhti, go and do parking inside Carrefour. Which test makes you go and park inside some other company's parking lot? But that was my instructor and what could I say? And the thing is that I'm used to parking on the road where everything is uniform and there's enough space. So when we went inside Carrefour, I realized every parking was of a different shape and size and it was so narrow. And this was mid-morning. So there were trucks unloading the groceries. He told me, you see the truck? Overtake and park in the first spot after that. There's a truck in front of me, cars on all sides. I had to overtake as a new driver and park in the first spot. With trembling hands, somehow I maneuvered it. And I looked into the mirror, I did all the checks, turned the wheel. I prayed that I was parking it inside the lines. Put the handbrake, I got out and I checked, dead center between the lines. Then I looked at him nervously, my heart pounding. And the inspector told me the magic word, pass, you pass. I was so happy. So when I was a student and when I was in the process of taking these tests, it felt never ending. But the minute he said pass, everything became better. And I felt empowered. A few days later, this came home and I've never been more happier. Now I get to practice on our own car every day. And really, it makes things easier because now I can go wherever I want, whenever I want. So for those of you who have a driving license, hi, I'm one of you now. And for those of you who are still working on it, it's okay, you can do it. Because difficult roads lead to beautiful destinations. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters Sanjana. I'm sure everybody in this room can relate to this speech in some way or the other. 30 seconds. Those who are still trying for their and those who already got their license will remember how we all went through this. The third Our third speaker, 30 seconds for the feedback, please. Please make sure that you give the speaker feedback. 3 things you liked about the speech, 3 things you think the speaker can improve upon. Our third project speaker today, Mohammed Shafir. Toastmaster Mohammed Shafir works with Al-Shaya. He's a senior buyer at Al-Shaya. Where else can you find Veblen goods except in Al-Shaya? Charlotte Tilbury, Boots, H&M, Victoria's Secret, all this is their brands. So I'm sure he knows a lot about Veblen goods. Today he's giving his level 3 speech, Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring, and his pathways is team collaboration. And the speech title is Struggle of Life. Toastmaster Shafir will be evaluated by Toastmaster Mohammed Rashid, who will read out the objectives now.
Toastmaster Shafir is going to deliver a speech on Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring, and the purpose statements are for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring, and for the member to have some aspect of a previous experience as a protege.
It's not that.
Introduction to Toastmasters
No,
mentoring?
no. This one. He shared in role players earlier.
Okay, so Toastmaster Shafir is going to deliver a speech on connect with storytelling. And the purpose statement of the speech is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. Time 5 to 7 minutes. All the best.
Thank you.
You can keep.
All the best.
Thank you.
Check.
The more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. The more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and future Toastmasters. One day, a boy saw a cuckoo in a playground. I hope all of you know what is cuckoo. Cocoon is a small protective layer out of a pupa of a butterfly. This transforms larva to a beautiful butterfly. This is how the butterfly is born. The boy, who was so fascinated, was so happy to see the butterfly, was so interested to see how the butterfly is coming out of the pupa. So he decided to observe the process. So he went to the butterfly and started to watch how it is coming out. Several hours he has to wait. Then he finds that the butterfly is struggling so hard to come out of the pupa. It has given its maximum try. In a position he reached that he could not try more. The boy was so sad. Couldn't see that butterfly coming out of the pupa, out of the cocoon. So he decided to help the butterfly. He got a pair of scissors and he cut the edge of the cocoon so the butterfly can come out without any further struggle. He did that and he was so happy. Without any further struggle, the butterfly has come out of the cocoon. It's come out of the flower. He just waited to see the butterfly start to fly. But unfortunately, the butterfly is no longer able to fly. He just started to crawl on the ground. The boy who did with the right intention, he didn't understand that the struggle the butterfly had to go through the cocoon, that is make him stronger. When the butterfly struggling to come out, the body become late and the fluid will pass through the wings. So the wings will get the power and the body become lighter and the wings become stronger and powerful. This is how the process. But the boy, he didn't realize this. He just helped it. His intention was right, but he didn't realize what exactly is going on. So there are struggles in our life. it's actually make us powerful. It sometimes make us to change, to face the challenges. We all have challenges, struggles in our life. Some people may have financial issues, some people will have health issues, others will have professional setbacks. But you need to realize that it's natural part of the life. Everybody has to go through the struggles, one or other part of the life. With these struggles, the experience you are getting, you can overcome all the struggles. And it's an opportunity to make it, to grow and develop in your life. When I started my career in Dubai, I was getting 1,500 dirham as my initial salary. And I was paying 650 for the bed space and 250 for the food, then another 100 for the telephone and like the personal expenses. So I was earning nil or very little. I was in an ambivalent situation whether I should continue to work or going back. But I stayed patient. I decided, I was just thinking how I can overcome the struggle. So the best way to overcome your struggle is that you just develop your expertise and experience. You learn new skills. So I started to learn new skills. I started to attend some certifications. I started to read books. Then I just developed my knowledge and expertise, which helped me to move to a different department where I got a better perks and salaries. So the struggles, it's definitely, it will be there in everybody's life. But try to convert that to an opportunity. We all face struggle in life, whether it is small or big. The struggle is not defining us. How we responded of this struggle, that is something define us. Life is not a comfortable space. We cannot expect everything will go through as we are expecting. So there will be ups and downs. But with your right determination, with the right passion, with the right dedication and effort, you can overcome all these struggles in the life. The next time when you are struggling, when you are not able to achieve your life goals, remember that struggle is part of the life. And remember that the struggle is sent to make me stronger, make me better, make me wiser, so that I can fly beautifully like a butterfly. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammed Shafiq. 30 seconds for feedback, please. Timer. Meanwhile, can we have the timer, please?
Abdul Wahab. Allowed time is 6 minutes and he taken 6.11 minutes. Sanjana Prakash. Allowed time is 7 minutes. She taken 7.11 minutes. Mohammed Safir. Allowed time 7 minutes. He took 5.40.
All three speakers have qualified. Please vote for in the same feedback slip you have.
Online.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Technologically advanced.
So how it is in the sense, so you can scan the barcode. So you can by scanning the barcode, you can get it entered into the mentor thing app. Then you can see the speakers list. There you can vote.
Only members can vote. Guests will not vote for this segment. For table topic segments, you will be allowed to vote. Okay. Actually, I skipped a very important segment of our meeting. My rush to reach the prepared speeches. I forgot there's a segment called Round Robin, where all the members or those who don't have roles can take a few seconds to talk about either ambivalent the word or about Veblen goods. All of us have had this time in life where we went and purchased something very expensive. I know Sri Shankar has gone and purchased a car. So we've heard about his speech where he said he went and purchased a car. but just like Lexus car, just because he wanted to, that was his dream. So I had a friend who was starting a business and had invested so much of money and then went and bought a Mercedes. And I said, why did you have to buy a Mercedes? You have to just get any car which will take you from point A to point B. And he said, no. When you go to visit clients, you have to impress them. You need a Mercedes to show them. So this is conspicuous consumption again. So, Toastmaster Mariam, do you have any story to share with us? 30 seconds, just a small, did you indulge in buying a Veblen good or were you ambivalent about something?
Okay, so when you talked about purchasing an expensive car, I want to buy a Porsche one day. I still don't have the money, but one day I will buy it just because I want to. And but you talked about your friend who tried to impress customers. At some point it's true.
It makes sense.
A lot of people. I know someone from where I come from Lebanon. He didn't have any money. He just had his diploma, and he was trying to impress people he worked for. So he got credit from the bank, bought a very expensive car and very expensive clothes. And then when he went to customers, they felt like he was someone coming from a high place, so they would treat him better. So I think at some point it works.
Yeah, of course it does. Anybody else would like to share? Would you?
Yeah.
Toastmaster?
Ashik.
No, guess.
Mohammad Ashik.
Mohammad Ashik, please.
2 years back, I bought a Google Pixel phone. I'm a person who takes a lot of pictures, and Google camera is very good at the market. So I bought myself a Google Pixel 6. I used it, but the problem is in UAE there is no service or anything for this Google brand. So everyone was not supporting me to take this phone because you won't be, if anything happens to the phone, you can't do anything. But unfortunately, after 1.5 years,
it's still going back.
No. It got damaged. Yeah, I roamed almost every repair shop in Dubai, and there can't be anything to do to give its life back. Recently, the Google Pixel 9 Pro is released with its most updated AI features and everything. Now I'm in a confused situation. I want to take it, but I don't know if it's the right decision. Just take it.
Toastmaster Ranjit?
Pass.
Toastmaster Sharif, yes.
I had a very different situation, like webbing product, not products actually, it's in a surgery. When I went to Iran, I saw the people, the 100 meter, every one girl out of 10 you meet, then there is a rhinoplasty. Rhinoplasty is a surgery, surgery where it's a cosmetic surgery. You just adjust your bridge of the nose to make it more beautiful. So when I was just talking to that girl, so she said that this is a status symbol in their country. It's need around $3,000, which is a huge money. So people do that just to show that maybe I can afford this. And she said to me that some people who done the surgery, they even keep that plaster for the next 1 year to show everybody that.
Amazing. Anybody else? Gayatri, would you like to say something? Yes.
Good evening everyone, I'm Gayatri. I'd like to share my personal experience to all. First, actually about my son, okay, he is a very hyperactive kid and everybody is complaining about him. I hope you understand about my feelings as a mother, okay. Everybody suggested to me, took him to a vet, psychiatrist, doctor and everything. I hope not like that. After a few times, I started to think that the same ambivalent who he has some problems, but then he has, I started to like that. One day I stayed in front of mirror. Gayatri, you can do it. You can correct your son. If you keep away your son from you, who is going to correct him? So I started my workouts with him. He became a good. He is doing everything good in his class. He is writing and everything. He is first. Everything he is finished.
Wonderful. You are an inspiration to so many young people here.
Yes.
Ryan, would you like to say something?
Sorry, ma'am. Sorry for the cross talk. First thing, if some people is try to believe some negative thought, means we should not put in our mind. We should believe ourselves.
true.
Maybe
Very
some
true.
the way of presentation or way of thinking may be wrong, but we should learn. The learning will never end because of it.
Yes, very true. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Nair?
Yeah, must say thank you very much. Weblen is something that I have not learned, though I've been marketing for like 10 years, but I've not learned about it. But yes, very nice to know. And I think so we are pretty much ambivalent while choosing Weblen goods, especially I think so the easiest one can be, since you told about Pixel, yes. I think the iPhone versus the Google Pixel, we're always ambivalent about that. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Vidya, would you like to say something?
Just I will tell the sentence. Not,
Yeah, sure.
Whenever my husband asked me to go Toastmaster, I was in ambivalent situation. Today also, should I go? I want to take care of my kids. What I will do like that? He is encouraging me to go. It's okay. You learn something, no? You go.
Thank you to your husband.
May I ask a question, Petra?
Sure.
After this meeting today evening, when your husband still asks you whether it is good to go to Toastmasters meeting, what would you be ambivalent or not?
Will you be ambivalent even after the meeting?
No. I said no. Last time also I
So that means you have decided to join.
Last meeting, last time I came. Last meeting I came.
Thank you. And we actually will take a short break now. We'll have a group photo first before we go for the break. We have a 10-minute break. I think we are running slightly late. That was Julius Caesar. 2000 years before Townsend Veblen came with this, he sold himself to be a product of great value just by increasing his. So in reality, Julius Caesar was the founding father of the Veblen good effect. We now have a segment called Table Topics, where the speaker has to speak for a minimum of 1 minute and a maximum of 2.5. 1 minute the green light will go on, at 1.5 the amber, and red will go on at 2. You still have a grace period of 30 seconds. Why we had the round robin session was a warm-up session, just so that everybody gets a chance to speak. So I will now call the Toastmaster of the day again. Somebody had backed out at the last minute, and we have Toastmaster Nilesh doing the role of the table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. So table topic is a session to improve our impromptu skill. So those who already present at 6:30 ALTS Lagoon table topic sessions. So all participants were aware about that one. But for now, as a part of our meeting, I will invite the Toastmasters or guests on a stage. Already time mechanism explained by Toastmaster Sunita ma'am. So we will start with our today's grammarian, Toastmaster Jayashankar. So Toastmaster Jayashankar, please come on a stage. So here there is one more additional thing, is that I will share half line with him. After 1 minute, I will add half line of that complete sentence. So Toastmaster Jayashankar, digital marketing is essential in this era. Digital marketing is essential in this era. Toastmaster Jayashankar.
Hi, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Digital marketing, of course, is very essential for this era, because you know a 3-year-old kid also now looking at digital media only. No one likes, all people, no one likes to read books or anything. Everyone is on digital. They want to watch TV, they want to see iPad or mobile phone. So there is a big scope for the digital media, which will cover more area than any other media now, because everyone, if you look at ourselves, we will be at every 10 to 15 minutes, we will be watching our mobile, we will be scrolling through our social media. So if we are in a digital, if we do advertisement in a digital media, it will be going through more public. The one good thing about digital media is it will be less costly. It will help people. The people can in their leisure time they can go through it.
Spam messages, calls are and calls are parts of digital marketing. What do you say?
Spam calls and messages. Yes. The one drawback of digital media is most of the messages what you are. I am on Yahoo user. The most of the messages what I am getting is looking like a spam message or email. I never open my Yahoo messages because of these spam messages. And so normally what happening, the media is going to people, sometimes it is going to people where they are not interested. So this is one drawback of digital media advertising. Over to you.
Thank you. Great attention. So if you observe Toastmaster Jayashankar, first half he explained benefits of digital marketing, and second half when he heard spam messages and calls, he started saying against of digital marketing. Very good attempt, Toastmaster Jayashankar. Now I want to invite on a stage founder of Lagoon Toastmasters, DTM Rajan sir, on a stage. If you could have extra hour of free time every day, how would you use it? How would you use it if you could have extra hour free time every day? DTM Rajan sir.
Thank you for giving an hour as bonus every day. That's a huge bonus. If nobody is able to control the time, so thank you very much. All of us are in short of time. In Lagoon, we learn how to manage the time. If I get 1 hour every day, a lot of things which I forgot, or I will look into my old diaries and old records and see what are the things left undone, and I will be concentrating on that one. Because whenever we are walking, maybe I have 2 shifts, there is very less time, so many personal things get forgotten. So that I will concentrate on that one. Recently, for example, maybe about 30-40 years I bought so many shares, and I never looked at it after this one. Now what happened that before 3 years I started looking at it, and I was amazed that the value has increased maybe 100,000 times. Some of them, yes, really, because even Reliance shares were there in that one. So if I get time, I want more time, in fact, more than 1 year for that one, and more than 1 hour for that one, to get all those done, all those to get back that one. I have 75% already, and within 3 years I have got back, but about 30% is still there, and it is very difficult because the people are not cooperative at all. Whoever is this agent, RTAs are there. They are not cooperative at all. They will try to not to give anything on so many lame excuses. So I require more time for that one. Thank you very much. This is what I am doing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So, if you heard it properly, whatever investment he did in the past, now it's time to take a return on that. So, everyone is having a limited time, but how to use that one, it's also art that we heard from DTM Rajan sir. Now, I want to invite Area Director Toastmaster Ryan on the stage. which quality of yours you want to pass to your kids that you got from your parents or from ancestors? Toastmaster Ryan, which quality of yours you want to pass on to your kids that you got from your parents?
A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way as well. Good evening, dignitaries in the house, Toastmasters and fellow guests. A quality of mine which I have inherited from, I would say, my parents, and I would like to give it to the generations to come, would be punctuality. And I think so today, all through my life, I would say punctuality has been a very key essence, be it in school, be it at work, or be it at Toastmasters. Punctuality is very important, be it starting a meeting on time at say 7:30 or completing a speech within the 7-minute course. They all have only advantages. Or even going to a government office at 7:30 in the morning compared to going at 10:30, you would get your job done in the morning itself. So being punctual is something which I would very clearly try to just continue on that. A very good example would be of the driving classes. I know we've all been hearing of that, of driving license. I always prefer a test early in the morning, be on it 5 minutes early, and I was there when I did my driving test, passed it, and yes, there was because I was punctual. To conclude, it's punctuality or time management which I would suggest to my future generations that I would like to hand it over.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Ryan. The quality that he started with the Toastmasters meeting and then with the examples of his own life and concluded very well. Thanks, Toastmaster Ryan. Now I want to invite on a stage a guest, but Toastmaster from Turkey, guest Mariam on a stage.
Looking at me, didn't expect.
That was it. Again, here, first minute I will share only one line. After 1 minute, I will share the another line of the topic. So, guest Mariam, speak truth always. Speak truth always. Guest Mariam, I will share after 1 minute the another line.
Hello everyone, Toastmasters. Okay, so I believe that we should, it's a true sentence, we should always speak the truth, no matter what the outcome of this. You might feel like if you say the truth now, the circumstance will be bad, but if you tell a lie, then your lie will come out and it will be even worse. So I think that I agree. I think you should always tell the truth, and this is something that I was taught as a kid by my mom. Whenever I not even lie, just hide something, she would always be encouraging me to tell the truth, no matter what happens. After all, the worst that can happen now, but if you tell a lie, the worst can happen later. So you are just delaying the bad thing that will happen. So just face it. It's kind of a bravery also to tell the truth at the moment, and no matter what will happen.
So, is it applicable in today's corporate world?
In tourist corporate? Well, I don't work in tourism, so...
Corporate.
Today's
corporate world.
In corporate work. Yeah, I think, I don't have much experience. I've only been an intern, so I don't have experience in corporate work. But maybe in corporate work you might need to lie a little bit sometimes to your customers or to your boss. But I think also staying on the safe side and telling the truth will always give you better outcomes in the long term. So, yeah, applicable. I would say applicable. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's attend by guest Mariam. So she is intern in just started her job. So the way she mentioned, if someone want to speak lie, then also smile was there. So very good attempt by guest Mariam. So time up. 10 minutes done. Thank you. Can you just tell us about the time?
Yeah.
You can.
Okay. TM Jayasankar, 1 minute 58 seconds. TM Rajan sir, 2 minutes 05 seconds. TM Rayan 1 minute 30 second and guest Mariam 1 minute 29 second.
So all are qualified.
Yes.
Toastmaster of the day, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nilesh, for that wonderful session.
Voting is all guests and Toastmasters can vote. If you are not able to scan, just www.menti.com.
Evaluator sheet is coming up.
Okay, Toastmaster Kader Miran will be resetting it. Meanwhile, we'll continue with the method. We had a very interesting session over here, and I just want to talk about, just like Veblen, you have another thing called Giffen goods. These are goods where the demand goes, the demand might not fall when the price increases. These are for essential goods, like your onions and tomatoes. When the price goes up, we still have to buy it. So that is different from Veblen, this is called the Giffen good effect. We will now move on to our evaluation segment, where speakers will give what their opinion, their feedback about the speech, so that the speaker can improve and become better in where they are already good. So we have our first evaluator today, Toastmaster Asma, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Mohammed Abdul Wahid's first speech. Toastmaster Asma. Please put your hands together. Welcome Toastmaster Asma.
Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, good evening.
Good evening.
A special good evening to Toastmaster Mohammed Abdul Wahid. Today, he did his icebreaker speech. He did an excellent job, and Toastmaster Mohammed presented a well-structured speech where he first started with his family. I think we already have a good idea about his family and his background because of how well he introduced them to us. After that, he swiftly moved on to his career, his background as an engineer, and then he swiftly moved on to mention his hobbies and his future plans. The structure was excellent. There is no suggestion in that department whatsoever. Toastmaster Mohammed came across as calm and confident. Even though it was his first speech, it did not come across that way at all. He was very calm, he was paced, his tone was to the point, and his dressing sense was also good. Like, you can see that he actually prepared and he did a good job. One suggestion that I will give you for your future speeches will be to avoid clasping your hand. There were many times where you were like this. And even though the content is good, sometimes it will come across as a bit nervous. So I would advise you to keep your hands on your side, or just to gesture it as much as you can, but try to avoid clasping it like this. And the other suggestion will be the eye contact. There is no expectation of that in your first speech, but just as a suggestion now, try to maintain eye contact with the audience. If you cannot consciously maintain the looking at everybody, try to pinpoint certain areas in the audience that you can look at. Toastmaster Mohammed Rashid says that always try to put 3 points that you can consistently look at during your meeting. And one last suggestion will be the engagement. When you are presenting a speech, try to make it a bit more engaging, maybe a story. Like, for example, when you're talking about your family, you already mentioned that you have 3 brothers and 3 sisters and you grew up in a joint family, right? You can try to add a story to tell that part of the presentation, so it can be a bit more engaging to the audience as well. Apart from these minute improvements, I think you did an amazing job. The structure was fantastic. The confidence was there, the tone of voice was good, the pace was good. So I would just say keep up the excellent job you're doing. and have a good day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Asma. I'm sure all of you got an idea what an evaluation does. It's actually feedback for the speaker, and it really helps. So we also learned that public speaking is not just about speaking, it's also about listening. We come to our next evaluator, Toastmaster.
Voting, we have
Voting, oh, sorry. Yeah, there's voting for the best table topic speaker. Guests are also allowed to vote.
Yeah. You can stand that.
We now move on to our next evaluator, Toastmaster Sri Shankar will be evaluating Toastmaster Sanjana. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Sri Shankar.
Tell me, who in this room has not gone through the very same ambivalent situation during this driving test? Anyone? Okay, that's an exception. If there was no ambivalent situation for anyone who has taken driving test in Dubai, please meet me outside. I want to know what happened. So, good evening, Toastmasters, I guess.
Good evening.
What an excellent delivery of speech. Give one big round of applause to her, please. Even Winston Churchill, if he was present here, he might put a cigar in his pipe and tell, if you are going through hell, keep going. Success is tumbling from failure to failure with no less of enthusiasm. So, she was supposed to use descriptive language and literary elements for her speech, which she has perfectly done, and she has delivered with all of this. All her experiences that she had through the driving test, even I was able to relate, because it struck me the moment where when I was in the driving seat for the driving test, when the inspector asked me to enter the roundabout, I scolded him, and this police officer was looking at me as if, are you the inspector or I am the inspector? So yes, I can relate to that. The objective of the police officer will always to see whether you will react in the right way. I have only very few suggestions. Like, I was not able to relate about when you told that about mom's driving experience with you guys. So I thought it should have been better if you could tell something about your mom's driving experience toward the end, which could have made it a little better. Have a look around the stage. At times I felt that you were about to fall. So it was like, people were like, I felt panicking that, okay, you are about to fall or not. So overall, the speech was very nice. Continue delivering the speech in the same way. Thank you.
Thank you. We now have our third evaluator, Toastmaster Mohammad Rashid will be evaluating Toastmaster Mohammad Shafir.
The more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in a war. And our speaker today, Toastmaster Shafir, repeated it once again. The more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. That made me hooked to his speech. That was a powerful opening of his speech on storytelling with that apt title, Struggle of Life. His speech was all about facing the struggle of life. And he delivered it to us with the two beautiful anecdotes. One about the butterfly and the kid. The kid, in his good intention, trying to make the butterfly come out, without it going through the struggle which it should have. And then, what was the consequence of that? He very beautifully narrated that as a storytelling message. And then he came up with his own personal story. That is what makes the stories impactful. Your own personal story. How he faced struggles in the initial stages of his career. He hardly had anything left with himself at the end of the month. And then he improved himself, he took courses, upskilled himself, probably joined Toastmasters, and then he was in a better place. He faced all those struggles and he became in a better place. So that is what the essence of a storyteller. You will talk about struggles, what you face through, and then finally you come to a place where you are in a better position, exactly like what he faced. And then he also used beautiful triads in his speech. Right determination, right intention, right effort. Make me better, make me stronger, make me proud. See the effect of those triads, usage of 3 similar words. That made the speech very interesting. And he also had the presence of mind to use the word of the day, ambivalent. To make the speech better or to improve your future speeches, pause in the beginning. When you are called to the stage, pause, make sure that everybody's attention on you, and then you speak. And take the video and look at yourself. Avoid clasping your hands. Even though you had beautiful gestures, but in between you were clasping your hands, avoid that. So Toastmaster Shafir, continue to have the impactful quote, continue to use personal anecdotes in your speech, have those beautiful triads, but just ensure that you have that pause and also avoid clasping your hands. Toastmaster Shafir, with your speech today, you have actually walked your talk of facing the struggle. Just yesterday you were given the speech, you faced the struggle, right? So the more you sit in peace, the less you bleed in war. Over to you.
Thank you. Actually said, the more you speak in the club, the less you will sweat or bleed outside when you have to do public speaking. So take up all the chance that you get to speak in the club. All the small roles also, as long as you get even 10 seconds of speaking time, please make sure that you grab this. We now move on to the remaining part of our evaluation. We will have the timer.
Yeah.
Please.
So, Toastmaster Asma Hassan taken 2 minutes 59 seconds.
Qualified.
Yeah. Toastmaster Sri Sankar taken 2 minutes 15 seconds. And Toastmaster Muhammad Rasin taken 3 minutes 15 seconds.
All qualified. All 3 evaluators are qualified. Only members can vote for this segment. With all the Veblen goods that you have, you cannot buy happiness. And this is something most of us here as adults, and we know whether we should spend our money buying this, but it's our children who are growing up, who usually because of peer pressure want to buy a Nike shoe or an Adidas shoe, when sometimes that is not what is needed. So it is then that we need to tell them that the Veblen goods will not always buy you happiness. So we'll continue with this. What buys happiness? We'll come to it later. We will first finish our word masters report. The word was used, yes.
The word of the day used during round robin also by guest Divya
Toastmasters Ryan, TMOD also, and speaker Toastmaster Sanjana, Toastmaster Shafi used word of the day. Guest Mohammad Shafiq as well as General Evaluator Toastmaster Rajesh also used the word of the day. And during evaluation session, evaluator Toastmaster Jaya Shankar used, Toastmaster Sri Shankar used word of the day. So I will hand over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. We now move on to the R counter. The R counter is Toastmaster Yatiraj. Toastmaster Yatiraj, you have to just give them what R counter does.
Toastmaster Anandu 2, Toastmaster Kadar Biran 2, and Toastmaster Abdul Wahab, I think 3, and with others I am not very sure. I am quite ambivalent about it.
What an R counter does is actually, we use a lot of crutch words like what I'm saying just now. You know, so, and that. When we don't get a flow, we use these crutch words. That's what the R counter generally is also, can be considered as a crutch word. Okay? So we now move on to the grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Jaya Shankar. Toastmaster Jaya Shankar.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language, and I will to take note of their improper language as well as outstanding words, quotes, saying or thought. So today's meeting, while introducing the next speaker, somebody was saying latest man. Then the conclusion of the meeting by Abdul Wahab. So it should be to conclude the speech. To conclusion of the meeting, you said. Then I said 3-year kid. It should be even as a 3 years kid. I am 1 Yahoo user. I am a Yahoo user. Then some quotes. One impossible journey is journey we never began. If I don't, when you say past, use if I don't take the first step. It should be if I didn't take the first step. We have to plan in some quote. We have to plan in advance to have a successful life. Some good usage like worries at ease, to make my mother's worries at ease. So soon through the process. As a Ferrari, like a Ferrari, difficult road gives beautiful destination. The more you set, the more you set in peace, you less bleed in war. Struggle is not defining how we respond to it. Struggle is not defining us. How we respond it will define us. These are some beautiful quotes.
Thank you, Toastmaster. He was one of the most honest grammarians I've seen, because he pointed out his own faults. So many a times we make grammatical errors, not deliberately, it's just a slip of a tongue, and we realize that later. Thank you, Toastmaster Jayashankar. So we are coming to the end of the meeting, and what I just wanted to emphasize was that we need to let our children know, especially our children, the next generation know, that it is not about buying goods, it is about trying to find happiness. And Dalai Lama said, happiness is liking what you have and not having what you like. I thought that was a great statement. And Irfan Khan, the actor, when he was dying, somebody asked him, "You're dying, what did you think you were going to do in life?" He said, life has no obligation to give us what we deserve. We need to find peace. So happiness is something that comes from within. We cannot buy happiness by buying Veblen goods. I will now call the general evaluation. We will skip the trivia segment because we are running short on time. So we will now move on straight to the general evaluation, and we are very lucky to have with us Toastmaster DTM Regis. He is from Sharjah Toastmasters, has represented the area, the division at various contests, especially at evaluation and table topic contests. You'll always see him there. And we are very happy and privileged to have you today with us, Toastmaster DTM Regis. Can you please come and give us a general evaluation? So what the general evaluator does is he generally covers the entire meeting. He gives us a good feedback about the entire meeting.
Thank you so much.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you, TM Modi, Toastmaster Sunita. How does it feel to be here on the 580th meeting of Lagoon Toastmasters?
Great.
To me, it has been a significant, remarkable learning month. Alright? Now when I do general evaluation, of all the roles I do, I love to do general evaluation. For a very simple reason, I can evaluate everything and no one would evaluate me. Very simple, plain, transparent opinion, isn't it? Alright. And before I begin again, how many of you, when you go to your home countries, do you travel in local buses?
Yes.
Alright. Recollect that bus. You will see that just behind the driver's seat, there is a board, no smoking. Yeah? But that's not applicable to the driver. He smokes. That's what the passengers say. So similarly, I would be talking about timing today, but I would be the driver where that doesn't apply to me. Are we good to go?
Yes.
Alright. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. I will first start talking about the role players. Yeah. First about the timer, Toastmaster Abhay. As we all know, this is the most silent role player, but most pivotal, significant one. If he misses something, it would be a chaos. If I'm not sounding convincing, just do one thing. To know the importance of time. You have parked your car outside. You forget by 1 minute. You know the importance of timing. So that's the role of a timer. Well done, Toastmaster Abhay. You did a fantastic job in recording everything. On the same thought, let me point out one suggestion for you, Toastmaster Abhay. During the table topic session where DTM Rajan sir was talking, you had to move. Please avoid doing that because it is disturbing the process, number one. And then you cannot clearly recollect the timing what he had taken. That's only suggestion. Moving on to the second role player, Word Master, Toastmaster Nilesh. Excellent word, ambivalent. Very easy to use, very good word. We can use it at any point of time, and you did real justice to your job by asking everyone to do that. Well done. So the next role player, the accounter, Toastmaster Yadirajan. I have never seen such a humorous accounter where he said that, using the word of the day, he said he didn't do his job properly. That is something really good. But then you did a good job. I have a suggestion for you, Toastmaster Yadirajan. Instead of clearly pointing out the speakers who made the number of hours, what I suggest is that you keep a tab, like, to use the filler words, segment-wise. Prepared speeches, table topics, etc., etc., and just mention the number of hours, whatever filler words, that would give an idea, overall idea of the speakers collectively, without pinpointing the speakers, where they will not find that they have been pointed out for something which was not under their control. Anyway, good job. Moving on to the grammarian, Toastmaster Jayashankar. Yes, it was an exhaustive list, and I could really see that you really did justice to the job. You were pointing out literally everything. Well done. And then, yeah, we had the trivia master cancelled. Alright, that's about some of the role plays. Now, let me start talking about how the meeting started. With 20 guests and members included, I do not have the count because I'm not a member, so I'm not very sure how many guests were there, how many Toastmasters were there, but at 7:35, just 5 minutes after the scheduled time, if we start a meeting in Dubai, that is excellent because 5 minutes delay is nothing. Yeah, so we had a good meeting with 20 members when we started. Toastmaster Anandu, you had all the energy to start the meeting, and you really did what was needed to have a good start for the meeting, with a clear statement about what has to be done, what has not to be done. Yes, you did a good job. I have two recommendations for you, Toastmaster Anantu. One, when you spoke about the taboo topics, I thought a little bit you were struggling. So I would suggest you practice that because it's a regular thing you would be doing, being the surgeon at arms. You would be doing it regularly. So if you can remember that, or even if there is no harm in reading out, that's not a problem. That's number one. And number two, it's the same thing. Your allotted time is 2 minutes. You took double, you took 4 minutes. Exactly. So when you start the meeting, and when you take double the time, you imagine you are the first one who started the meeting, how does it go to be here? But again, fantastic job, well done. Moving on to the President, Toastmaster Kader. What an excellent speech. What an excellent presidential message. The only impossible journey in our life is that journey which we never begin, is it not? And then how did he state that? By having his own statement that he joined Toastmasters, and then because he joined Toastmasters, he's here today, otherwise he wouldn't have been. So with that very statement, which was the presidential message, the takeaway message, he added his own story, and then that was excellent. And what else did I like? I'll be running at a little bit pace because anyway the timing is out. Yeah. So what I liked again is that a clear cut. You were inspiring, you were motivating. It was a call for appeal for the guests to join Toastmasters and benefit the way he did. He did benefit. Yeah, that was it. And then everything was clearly mentioned on the screen here, like including the Toastmasters, all related, the number of clubs, etc., etc. I have never seen it in any of the clubs earlier. So that is fantastic. And yeah, everyone does need a big round of applause, but why I'm purposely asking not for the applause, because that will again add to the time. I'm already exceeding. Yeah, so that is excellent. And then you engage the guests. You gave them the opportunity, and what made it easy? What made it easy for the guests is like it was here. The guests had to just read and then speak 1, 2, 3 points, and then they had excellent. I was trying to find some recommendations for you. I couldn't find, but then I wore the spec of a cynic, and finally I found something. Because your allotted time is 5 minutes. You took 8 minutes. So being the president, if you take 3 minutes extra, that's not a very good sign. So try to be within the time allotted to you, but otherwise, well done. Moving on to the next role player, PMOD Toastmaster. Sunita, a replacement Toastmaster, I think at the 11th hour of the day. But then when she spoke about Veblen effect, I thought, my goodness, am I here to learn something else? But very quickly, you engaged the audience and you made it so engaging that I could see, I was observing the audience also, I could see that everyone was glued to your speech, and you spoke about the relevant topics where all of us are every day involved. And that was amazing. You connected with everyone, you made everyone to talk about the stories, etc. That was fantastic. And I don't have to talk about your confidence or your experience or whatever, because you are a seasoned candidate. Yeah. And then finally, ending with Dalai Lama's statement, which I do not want to repeat. That was amazing, excellent. As I said, that was another takeaway message of what you have done, apart from what Toastmaster Kader had said. 2 suggestions for Toastmaster Sunita. 1. When you are inviting the prepared speakers for the prepared speeches, I would suggest, first, before you invite the speakers here, you first ask the evaluators to read out the speech objective, then you invite the speaker, and with asking them to have a big round of applause, number 1. Number 2, when you are introducing the speaker, what I would suggest is that, again, it's all suggestion, yeah, there is no compulsion, it's all suggestions. What I suggest is like, you first mention the speaker's name, then the speech title, then the speech title, then the speaker's name. I think that we all know that that's what we are seeing in the contests. Excellent, excellently done. All right, well done, Toastmaster Sunita. Now we move to the next role, Table Topics Master, Toastmaster English. He did 2 roles today, very well done. And what I liked the most about the topics was that it was all very apt, easy to use, at the same time slightly, you need to use it, but then that was very apt. Everyone really attempted well. Right from Toastmaster Jayshankar, then DTM Rajan sir, then Toastmaster Rayan and guest Mariam, everyone, you all did excellent job and you conducted it very, very well. I have no suggestions in the sense you had done it excellent, just for the sake of saying something, I wouldn't add excellent job. Moving on to the prepared speeches, we had 3 prepared speeches. Toastmaster Abdul Wahab doing his icebreaker speech. Toastmaster Abdul Wahab, you were so confident. I wouldn't be evaluating the speakers because they are already being evaluated by their respective evaluators. You were so confident, and I like your body language, etc., etc. You have been very well evaluated by her. And what do you call, I have nothing much to say because this is your icebreaker speech. The only thing you needed was to introduce yourself to the club, and which you did it in style. Speaker number 2, Toastmaster Sanjana, you spoke about your driving lessons. I'm sure people who have applied and took driving license from here had gone through the vivid images. You had humor, everything. You have been evaluated aptly. I have only one suggestion for you, Toastmaster Sanjana. I would say add some pauses, because I felt that there were no pauses in your speech. But being a seasoned campaigner, I would have been expecting like a little bit pauses and then a little bit of more engaging the audience and then waiting for the response before you go. So that engaging the audience plus the pauses, that would do wonders. Toastmaster Shafir, excellent story of, and again, I like the way you ended your speech. Difficult roads lead to beautiful destinations. Lovely, that was super. And about your speech, Toastmaster Shafir, what an excellent speech. That you had relayed the message saying what? If you struggle in your life, will only make you stronger. So do not complain that if you do not have struggle, you cannot become stronger. And you beautifully related that to the story of a cocoon and butterfly, and your struggles also excellently done. I have 2 suggestions for you, even though you have been evaluated well by the evaluator. As I said, one, you were looking at the notes. I would suggest, better not to look at the notes, but you can practice it without doing that. And number 2, your allotted time is 7 minutes. You took 5 minutes and 40 seconds. You could have added 1.2 plus the grace. So that would have been giving you more stage time. Yeah, the way I'm doing it now. The more stage time you can. But again, you did a fantastic job. All the speeches had very good takeaway message. And in his speech, what I missed is okay, actually I kept it for the later stage. What I liked is that he very well mentioned his focus that 3 years he plans to be here and go back. One thing, Toastmaster Abdul Wahab, you ask any person who is here for 30 years, 30 years at least. When they came, they had planned to stay only for 2 years. They simply multiplied it by 15. That's it. So let's see how many years after that he will be standing on the stage. Alright, so all the prepared speeches, excellently done. And now moving to the evaluators. One common word to all the evaluators. When you read out the speech the speech objectives, I felt, or rather I noticed that none of you mentioned the allotted time, because that's very crucial for the speakers. Rashid mentioned, I think,
Rashid mentioned.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for that. Thanks for that. And both of you, I believe that it's ideal, I would say, to mention the allotted time so that the speakers know exactly. Yeah. So Toastmaster Asma, evaluating, you had a wonderful appraisal evaluation for Toastmaster Abdul Wahab. You complimented him, you motivated him, you pointed out all the plus points, and you gave some suggestions. I have only one suggestion for you. When you evaluate a speaker, evaluate based on the speech objectives. Because this being, as you rightly said at the beginning of the meeting, this being icebreaker speech, actually there is no room for recommendations. Still, we can give recommendations, but you had given 3 recommendations. I would suggest it would have been limited to 1, because being the first, let him take 1, and so that he can incorporate that easily. And what I would have said, if had I been your evaluator, is to point out that message, because every speaker is trying to create a message, to relay a message. What I would have been doing rather is that I would have been pointing out that message where he said his determination that he's here for 2 to 3 years, and then he wants to go back and do his rest of life in India. So that determination at this stage, that was a crux of the message. Anyway, well done. Moving on to the next speaker, next evaluator, Toastmaster Sri Shankar. Again, you complimented the speaker to the best of your ability. You complimented the speaker. In fact, you added something from Shakespeare, etc., etc. You were trying to add some humor. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. What I suggest is that you stay within the context of the speech and evaluate the speech based on what she has mentioned. And then, in terms of recommendations, as I said, as I said, that recommendations basis, like what can she do better, two of my suggestions, as I said, the pauses and engaging the audience. Otherwise, fantastic. And then the third evaluator, Toastmaster Rashid, again, you evaluated very well. You complimented the speaker, you encouraged, you did everything possible to give more confidence and inspiration to the speaker. At some point of time, as a, what do you call it, as a recommendation for you, at some point of time, I thought you were repeating the speech to a certain extent. Within your allotted time of 3 minutes and 30 seconds, that including the grace, if you try to repeat what the speaker has said, you're losing your valuable time to add your message. And moreover, there is no need to repeat the speech because we, the audience, have already heard from the speaker. So there is, I would say, there is no point in repeating the speech again. And again, when you give the recommendations, I felt that these two recommendations, what I mentioned, that avoiding the notes plus this one would have been ideal. In short, it was a fantastic meeting. And a general comment to end, the audience, please be more energetic. Give big round of applause for all the speakers. Yeah, that is number one. And then your agenda was beautiful, like it had mentioned everything. One small recommendation to the agenda. For general evaluation, need more time. 3, 4, and 5 is too little. Not sure whether everybody would take the liberty like what I did now, like to 10 minutes, 12 minutes or whatever. 3, 4, 5 is too little for a general evaluation, considering Trivia Master had been given 6, 7, and 8. Have a look at the agenda. Yeah. So when you take that, as I said, okay, every role has its significance, its importance, but again, general evaluation is so crucial because if you incorporate that, that would add a lot of value to the growth, to the improvement, and the significant growth of your club or any club. Finally, thank you for giving me the opportunity, and thanks for bearing with me all this time.
Toastmaster Rajit is living proof that we can improve with all the suggestions that he gives. It always helps to have somebody from outside the club, you get a very objective view. We get used to the people around and sometimes we are not able to be as objective as. So thank you Toastmaster Rajit for that very, very comprehensive evaluation today. We come to the end of the meeting. All I have to say is we need to remember that Veblen goods are not really good for the society because of the type of culture it creates, a culture of materialism, which we see in the younger generation now. They are so fond of the material goods, and it creates inequality in society. My cleaner, my household help, he was telling me he got somebody gave him a first or second copy of a Rolex watch. And he was so proud of this Rolex watch. He was wearing it in his hand. And then he comes and tells me, ma'am, I am not going to wear this again when I go to pray. The guy who was sitting next to me, the rich man, he kept looking at my watch instead of praying, wondering how I could afford such a watch. So it creates a lot of inequality and, like I said, a culture of materialism and consumerism. So we will try to find happiness by helping others, by being grateful. With that, I end my role today. I will hand over to the President. We are running a little late, but thank you so much.
With this, we come to the close of today's session. And I would also emphasize on today's message, the impossible journey which we never begin. And I would see the courage taken by all the role players, especially from the icebreaker to the last minute speakers, to the TM module which has taken today the last minute roles, and the first time evaluators, and all the role players. It's an excellent job. And I would also thank our guests today for coming to the general evaluation, DTM Rajis, and our area director. Thank you. And I would like to hear from the guests today. How did the meeting went?
The meeting went very smoothly, even though you guys mentioned a lot that you were not following the time slots, but I think it went very smoothly. And I'm always comparing it to what we used to do. This went very professionally, actually. You had all the roles filled. Back in Istanbul, we used to struggle a lot by not filling the roles. So I would really applaud you guys for filling all the roles. And as you said, last minute speeches, that was amazing. and you had a very friendly atmosphere. As a first-time guest, I didn't feel out of place at all. I felt very welcome. So I think you guys did a great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, for me, this is something new to me because I have never been through anywhere like this. This is very structured, but at the same time, it is very friendly. We can be free, we can be ourselves. At the same time, it is improving, it is developing without we even knowing. Toastmaster Anandu told me about show up every time, even without you know, you will be improving. That's what I want. I look forward to join here.
Thank you.
Yes, to start with, I was really in an ambivalent situation whether to come today or not. So anyhow, I managed to open these doors and come inside and to attend this session. I feel really change of this kind of meeting is really new to me. And anyhow, I have missed a lot of years now. I don't want to miss in future. I will be joining.
Thanks for the giving opportunity to speak the things. My aim is to upskill myself. Really, I hope it will help me to upskill myself in my career. In future, I will help to others.
Today's meeting was very good. Last time also I attended. Now also I feel very positive and confident. Like all are supportive here, and I'm trying to join.
You're right.
Me? Brian. Okay. Yeah, yes, I'm a guest as well. Yeah, I think it's a great meeting. The general director has already pretty much covered everything, so it's a great meeting. I think it's a good number of guests as well, so I hope the membership does increase as well. Thank you very much.
So speaks the area, this director.
So with this, I missed one important person, the Toastmaster of the day. Please give a round of applause. The graph and everything. It's already evaluated. So with this, we move on to the awards session. The best table topics goes to.
You can invite someone.
Area director.
Area director. The best table topics goes to guest Maria. The best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Mohammad Rashid. And the best speaker goes to any guest? Toastmaster Sanjana.
All the winners, no?
They will go.
All the winners. All the winners.
Only winners?
Only
winners, one photo.
Thank you. With this, I officially declare the meeting is closed.
Thank you.
Thank you.